and saw frantic flashing lights. Now people were trying to overload it with traffic, trying to jam their way further into his home network. He reached over and unplugged it. The flashing lights went dead. Aaron Barr was a military man, broad-shouldered, with jet-black hair and heavy eyebrows that suggested distant Mediterranean ancestors. He had signed up for the U.S. Navy after taking 2 semesters of college and realizing it wasn't for him. He soon became a SIGINT, or Signals Intelligence Officer, specializing in a rare assignment, analytics. Barr was sent abroad as needed, 4 years in Japan, 3 in Spain, and secondments all over Europe, from Ukraine to Portugal to Italy. He was stationed on amphibious warships and got shot at on land in Kosovo. The experience made him resent the way war desensitized soldiers to human life. After 12 years in the Navy, he picked up a job at defense contractor Northrop Grumman and settled down to start a family, covering over his Navy tattoos and becoming a company man. He got a break in November 2009 when a security consultant named Greg Hoagland asked Barr if he wanted to help him start a new company. Hoagland was already running a digital security company called HB Gary Inc., and knowing Barr's military background and expertise in cryptography, he wanted him to start a sister company that would specialize in selling services to the United States government. It would be called HB Gary Federal, and HB Gary Inc. would own 10%. Barr jumped at the chance to be his own boss and see more of his wife and 2 young children by working from home. He relished the job at first. In December 2009, he couldn't sleep for 3 nights in a row because his mind was racing with ideas about new contracts. He'd get on his computer at 1:30 a.m. and email Hoagland with some of his thoughts. Less than a year later, though, none of Barr's ideas was bringing in any money. Barr was desperate for contracts, and he was keeping the tiny company of 3 employees afloat by running social media training for executives, bringing in $25,000 at a time. These were not lessons in how to maintain friendships on Facebook, but in how to use social networking sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to gather information on people as spying tools. In October 2010, salvation finally came. Barr started talking to Hunton and Williams, a law firm whose clients, among them the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and Bank of America, needed help dealing with opponents. WikiLeaks, for example, had recently hinted at a trove of confidential data it was holding from Bank of America. Barr and 2 other security firms made PowerPoint presentations that proposed, among other things, disinformation campaigns to discredit WikiLeaks supporting journalists and cyber attacks on the WikiLeaks website. He dug out his fake Facebook profiles and showed how he might spy on the opponents, friending Hunton and Williams' own staff and gathering intelligence on their personal lives. The law firm appeared interested, but there were still no contracts come January 2011, and HB Gary Federal needed money. Then Barr had an idea. A conference in San Francisco for security professionals called B-Sides was coming up. If he gave a speech revealing how his social media snooping had uncovered information on a mysterious subject, he'd get newfound credibility, and maybe even those contracts. Barr decided that there was no better target than Anonymous. About a month prior, in December 2010, the news media exploded with reports that a large and mysterious group of hackers had started attacking the websites of MasterCard, PayPal, and Visa in retaliation for their having cut funding to WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks had just released a cache of thousands of secret diplomatic cables, and its founder and editor-in-chief, Julian Assange, had been arrested in the UK, ostensibly for sexual misconduct. Hackers was a famously imprecise word. It could mean enthusiastic programmer. It could mean cyber criminal. But people in Anonymous, or Anons, were often dubbed hacktivists, hackers with an activist message. From what anyone could tell, they believed all information should be free, and they might just hit your website if you disagreed.